Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, Anita Finley.
So many people wonder what they can do when they have a loved one who needs memory care. And people give you all sorts of advice, but I have found a place that really knows what they're doing. It's called Artis Senior Living, ARTIS Senior Living, where empowerment, pride, and fulfillment define memory care. Those are very important words because you feel when you have a loved one who isn't really thinking of you or knowing you, you really need to turn to someone and something that helps you. And that's what the folks over there at Artis Senior Living do. And one of the people who I have met and who's just such a special woman, and that is the Director of Marketing, Sheryl Taylor. She's going to talk to us today about what makes Artis Senior Living so different and so good. Hello, thank you for joining us, Sheryl.
Hi, thank you for having us. We love being on your show.
Well, thank you, but it's such a serious condition that people don't understand. It's even more serious for the family members than I think for the actual older adult.
Very true. It's very difficult for the older adult, the loved one, the spouse, to place anyone, whether it be a husband or wife or their father, into a community. It's the hardest thing that they have to do.
It is, and I guess, don't mean to interrupt you, but I think what I hear is that it's not that they're going to bring someone somewhere else because they know they have to. Is that place good enough?
Exactly, because nobody can take care of them better than they can, and to let go. It's very difficult.
And so, what makes Artis Senior Living so good?
To name just one thing is difficult. There's so many pieces about our community that just all works together. It's us as we partner with the families. We don't just take care of their loved one. We partner with them. We're their support group as well. And we partner with the resident. They're not here. We're not here to change their life. We want to help them continue their life. So if we walked in to Artis Senior Living, tell us what we would find. Just give us like a little visual tour. You would find someone's mother, someone's father, somebody's doctor enjoying their life, being involved in activities, doing things that they would at their own home. I have a gentleman that lives here, and he was a very tidy, neat person, and he loved to sweep and pick up his porch, and that's what he does here. He takes our broom and goes from neighborhood to neighborhood because we're all designed into different neighborhoods, and that is his passion. And I always thank him. I was like, "Oh, thank you for doing that work. Thank you so much." He's like, "This isn't work. I love doing this." So for us, we don't look at the resident. We don't look at the illness. We look at them as an individual person. There's somebody's mother. There's somebody's father. They had a life, and we want to continue that.
That is so sweet what you've just said, though. So that person now is doing what it happens to be a gentleman, I hear. So he's doing what he wants to do, and everyone then gets to watch him, and he probably makes friends.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. To him, that's his home, and that he's doing nothing different than he would do in his, in his own home, his home that he moved from. So for him, it's no different. He's doing his same routine. The only difference is he's very safe. So his wife is, at peace, knowing that he's safe and doing what he loved at home. He's just incorporating in that here.
Well, you're becoming such a specialist in this. When you say safe, tell us why are they safe there?
With the illness itself, sometimes they tend to wander. They don't know the safety boundaries if they walk out the street, to look for cars or something like that. So our community, when you leave the front of our building and go into the community, it's all secure. We have a beautiful fence all the way around the back, but it's hidden by shrubbery and trees, so they don't feel that they're confined. And to them, we have several different doors and walkways that they can go out and still be very secure in the back of the community. So once you walk through that door, you can go out any door, any neighborhood, and it all meets up in a central location with a beautiful walkway that's completely secure.
Well, let me just say that I once went to a it was kind of a research facility that they were looking at people with memory disorders. And they had this on the wall. They had, must have been 25 different locks, and the residents were turning the locks all the time. And it's something you just said. They want to go out. They want to go somewhere, but a lot of other places, they're just four walls, and that's where they have to stay. So you've created something really important.
Yeah, and, when they're at home and somebody's, their spouse or their loved one or a private aide is watching over them and hovering, they still want to have that independence. In their mind, they're a grown woman or a grown man, and now somebody is, hounding over them. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, no, no. And here it's very free. They're independent. So if they're having a bad day and they want to leave and go for a walk, they're safe. They can go out the door and go for a walk and then come back in, and there's somebody else. Nobody's telling them no.
Yeah, that is great. Now, people who need extra help, tell me what the dining is like. Do they remember how to eat, or if they don't, is there someone there to help them?
Our dining experience, again, is like no other. Everybody is unique and individual with their care. Some residents do need additional assistance. They will get that. Other residents are very independent. Now, remember, we're servicing residents who have dementia of some sort, and so for us, we look at it as if they have a broken brain. So it's not where you're going to say, do you want chicken or fish? We really cater to them and create the dining experience that they're used to. So we do a show plate. When there's different choices and different options, it's visually plated for them. So instead of asking them, do you want chicken or fish, they get to see it, they get to smell it and choose what they want, with dignity, instead of saying, I don't know what that is, or looking at you, you choose, I don't know. We want to give them that choice. And then if there's ones that need assistance, our care partners know our residents. They know the ones that need the help. We definitely want to encourage them to try to do it on their own, and if they can't, we're right there to help them.
Yeah, you love this, don't you? I mean, you really you hate the paperwork, but you love the people.
I do. I love my residents. I do. They're my family. I have no problem going back. We all, the whole team does. You can't work for Artis and not be passionate about it. There's no way. Just because of the fact that we all are so compassionate about it and care so much about our residents, you wouldn't last.
Right. Well, I think what's so important, though, is, and you said at the very beginning, it's a very safe place, but it's really nice. It is like home. And, I have heard so many of the family members, when they have someone who is troubled, they have dementia, it's such a downer for everybody, and each one tells the other one what they should be doing. And here's the poor, and I would call it a victim almost, the person has the Alzheimer's or the memory loss. They're helpless.
Well, because they don't know. Everybody has to remember that their brain is broken. They don't know what they're doing. And at the same time, the caregiver that's at home with them 24 hours a day, they don't get a break. Even if you have a private aide, they still want that individual to care for them. That's my wife. I want her to care for me. You don't know. You're a stranger. You're in our home. I don't know you. So it's they truly don't get a break. And, and sometimes nobody, you can never judge anybody. You don't know what goes on. You don't walk in their shoes, so you don't know what they're going through trying to care for their loved one. And then placing them into a community is even harder on them because they feel that they have failed, which they haven't. They need to understand that if, placing a loved one in a community, you're not failing, because they need to care for themselves, because they need to be there for their loved one that, needs to be placed in the community. They need to be, they need to be okay.
Yeah, that's really true, because how many times have we seen where the person who is the ill person lives longer than the caretaker?
Yeah, stress is horrible on you. They take all the burden and the stress and the care and the sleepless nights, and, it's taxing.
Yeah, it is.
They can't do that too long.
So now we have this wonderful community, and someone goes there. Now, how do they pay for this? Is this there's some things are called life care? Tell us how the financial aspects work.
Well, it is a private pay, but at the same time, there's a lot of, people who have possibly done long-term care insurance covers it if they have a long-term care insurance policy. If they're a veteran, there's benefits out there for a veteran. They have to qualify, of course, but there's benefits that can help them, that would help contribute to their pay here. But it's basically a private pay.
All right, but I meant more than that. Do they pay monthly? How does someone have to?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, nope, it is a monthly payment. It's month to month. It's not like a year contract. It's month to month. Correct.
Right.
When somebody would come in, assessment would be done and then they'll know exactly what their monthly payments are. Correct.
Mm-hmm. And does that take care of everything? So, what about laundry and what about other kinds of things?
No, everything, their laundry, their personal care, once the assessment's completed, will let them know where they land on levels. Their laundry's done, their housekeeping is done. We provide all the linens and towels. It is like you're in a hotel. Their beds are made every day. Trash is taken out. So, but then again, we don't want to take those things away from them. I have a resident now. She loves making her bed every day. We want to encourage that. If that's something she did at home, we're going to encourage that for as long as she can do it.
Yeah, it's the best thing that could ever happen, actually.
Absolutely.
As a gerontologist, there was something I learned in my classes. It was called learned helplessness, that you just keep doing everything for them, and then they won't ever do anything themselves.
That is very true. I had a resident that moved in, and same thing. Things were done for him. Very nice man, and once he moved into the community, he gained some independence, which was really nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is really nice. And you ought to explain. I know you're not a neurologist, but I know you have enough experience. If someone does have memory loss, it doesn't mean that they don't want to dance. They don't want to do a lot of other things. Some are very, very energetic, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, yes. We just had from dancing to playing bridge to absolutely playing Scrabble. I can't even keep up with them. Just because, too, at the same time, some of them are still there. Some of the stuff comes to life. You'd be surprised. I have a gentleman that can, when we play the music, he sings every old song, every word to every song.
Great.
They come to life. And at the same time, just because they may not do it now, it doesn't mean that they don't want to do it. They can't communicate to you, and sometimes people just assume they can't do it. With some help and some encouragement, you'd be surprised what they can do.
Yes, that is true. And what about people who maybe have a spouse? Now, can they live together there? How does that all work?
Well, 9 times out of 10 it never happens, just because for our community we are strictly dementia. If somebody has to have some form of dementia. So unless both of them have it, then they'd both be appropriate. But if, say, a spouse lived here and say her husband wanted to move in as well and he doesn't have it, it wouldn't be a great fit for him, just for the because he wouldn't have any interaction, nothing to stimulate him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be fair for him. But we encourage the relationship, encourage him to come in and visit. He can have dinner or lunch. He can come every day. We definitely encourage that. There is no visiting hours, so a family member can come in the evening. It's their home, so.
So, in other words, let's say that Mary Smith, it's John and Mary Smith, and Mary Smith has the dementia and her husband finally can't take care of her, and they maybe have some help at home, but it's just too much. And they come over there and they just absolutely love Artis. And everything's going well. The husband can actually come every day and just, whether he comes at 10 in the morning and stays till 5 or whatever, and just sits there and is with her?
Yes. I have a gentleman that does it now. He comes with his wife every day. He comes to see her in the morning, first thing in the morning. They have their own routine. He has lunch, and then after lunch, a little bit after lunchtime, then he's done for the day. Mm-hmm. This is their home.
Yeah, right.
We want them to continue the relationship, and, actually the R in Artis is respecting and maintaining relationships. We'll do everything we can to make that happen and encourage that and maintain it.
Right, and I just want to introduce Sheryl Taylor again. She's Director of Marketing at Artis Senior Living. And let me give you some phone numbers if you'd like to call to talk with her or make an appointment to see this or talk to a counselor. It's 561-989-9945. Again, it's 561-989-9945. Remember, this is Pencil Talk Radio. So you need to get that number down, and it's an important number for you. I will also give you their website. You ready? It's Artis Senior Living, ARTIS, seniorliving.com. And you'll find a lot on their website. Now, one big exciting thing that I asked Sheryl if we can open up to the public, and they're having a fantastic party on June the 14th. Why don't you tell everyone about it?
Yes, it's our year anniversary celebration. We have been open a year already. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
So we're celebrating it with our residents and our families and anybody else in the community. Thursday, June 14th. It's Wednesday, June 14th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
That's right. I know I have that marked down, and I'm really so happy because I actually, do the shows on Wednesdays, and so it's like, oh, no, but it was in the evening or late, so I was okay there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and then that way, if anybody's ever interested to come and take a look, it's a great time because we'll have families here, the residents here, and there's no better time to, get a feel for community and to see everybody all together.
Right. Now, people, will you describe someone's room? I mean, I know you have special, this is not like a typical rehab center or if you go to a nursing home. This is really for memory care, and you have pods, and why don't you explain a little bit of that to everybody?
Yeah, it's actually a specific design. I mean, within our community itself, everything was placed and put in place for and designed with somebody that has for someone who has dementia. Our rooms, it is a room. It's their own private space. They have a private full bathroom. It has a nice shower. Their bed is angled directly to the bathroom, because when they wake up in the middle of the night, it's just kind of a straight shot to it. So it kind of is geared the mind to the restroom. The lights are illuminated, so if it's dark in the room, the light switches. That's the first thing that will, get their attention. So they can either be furnished or unfurnished. All of our rooms have furniture. They have a full-size bed with a nice chair, a dresser, a nightstand. Or if it's easier for families to use that, great. If not, they can take pieces of it. We can take it all out. They can bring all their own furniture in. My maintenance guy is here to hang whatever pictures you need on the wall. We can redecorate. We can paint it for you. We want, you guys to make their home, their room, their home. Make it them.
Right.
And then we have the shadow boxes outside of the room. Families are encouraged to, bring pictures, and, that's another thing that, we'll sit with the resident and try to create their shadow box. We call it a shadow box. It's all about them, so whatever we can do to help families make the transition a tad bit easier, we'll do whatever we have to do.
Do you have a medical director there? Or you have a nursing staff? Who are the professionals?
We have Dr. Kavori. She comes in our community every other week. Dr. Kavori, we actually have, as far as her, we have a podiatrist that comes in monthly. We have a dermatologist that comes in. We have a psychologist that comes in. Traveling X-ray, mobile blood, and lab works. Because our biggest thing is keeping the residents in-house makes it easier for the families. They don't have to go out to the doctors. They don't have to go out for X-rays. Everything is all done internally.
That's fabulous. I've seen that done, yes. So that's their home, and that's where it is. Now, you're located in a great place, and I just have to share that with everybody. If you know where your motto is on Federal Highway, it's just a little bit north of that. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is. It's actually on the corner of Jeffrey Street and Federal. Mm-hmm.
It's a great location because it's easy to get to, but I will tell you, as you pass by, you think it's a hotel. I'll bet you've had people stop, think it's a hotel.
Yes, I've had a lot of people actually that would come by and just want to see it. They're like, It's so beautiful. I've been watching it be built. What is it? I want to see.
Right.
So we're always available to show, to ask any questions. And if I may not be here, I'm available 24 hours. I have my phone with me, my cell phone's with me. The community will call me if need be. I'll come in. I'm very flexible.
Yes, you are. I mean, you had so much enthusiasm when you were here, last time and on the radio, and it's a pleasure to see that because a lot of people who get into this field should not be in it. I must say that. But you're not one of them.
No, because like you said in the beginning of the conversation, this is one of the hardest things that they're going to have to do. Nobody can take care of their loved one like they can. They are letting somebody take care of somebody that they're responsible for. It's very difficult. So I'm very, and a lot of times it's the adult children. They work during the day. At nighttime is when they really see what's going on, and they want answers. They have questions. I'm available.
You work long hours, don't you, Sheryl?
Well, we're not dealing with a used car. You're dealing with human beings, so there is no...
I love that. It's a good response. You're not dealing with a used car.
No, and I'm truly like that, Even when I look for a daycare for my children, I need the reassurance that you're going to take care of them. I'm going to call you all the time and check in on them. I'm going to pop in and see. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it is. And there are so many places now for the senior adults. They all do different things. Some of them are independent. Some are assisted. Some have added memory care, but it's been an addition, not what it was built for. And that's what I've admired your company for. You built this with every conceivable asset for that person who has memory problems.
It is, and it's a wonderful thing, just to be able to see that this is specifically for them, built for them, it's about them, and just to see them go from point A to a month later, it's such a rewarding job for both the resident and the family. Because then now, the spouse or the adult child can breathe and say, okay, you know what, they're taken care of, and now I can take that stress away. It's so nice.
Oh, yes. I am sure that they are so different, especially people who have lived up north. Because that's the worst thing.
It is, and we have family members too that don't live here locally, and their loved ones are here. So keeping that line of communication open is so important, which is another thing that I love the company about. We do, that's part of the position is, getting back with the family, letting them know how their loved one's doing. Do a lot of FaceTime. I have a gentleman that he lives in, I believe it's New York, outside of New York. His father's here. We do FaceTime with him so they can talk to each other and see each other.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And the man here does that? He likes it? He knows that he realizes...
He can see his son. Yep. He obviously is not going to understand it because FaceTime was, obviously way after their time. But even so, he sees this his son. He'll say, that's my son. He'll say his name, and then his son can see him. And
that's great.
Gives him a trip. It makes him feel good because he gets to put his eyes on him, and it's a win-win for everybody. Why not take that extra time to do that?
That is so nice. I haven't heard that before, but I think if you could encourage all the families to do that, the ones that can't come down.
Oh, we do that a lot. We don't just do it with him. Absolutely. We do that a lot. It's easier for them to see it. It gives them reassurance. Oh, all the time. Mm-hmm.
Right. I just want to reiterate this, though, a couple of things. Please mark on your calendar Wednesday, June the 14th, from 4 to 6, I believe it is, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's over at the Artis Senior Living. They're going to have people, I guess they'll have a little bit of entertainment, they have a little food, something for you
and prizes.
Right? And prizes, okay. Let me give you a phone number. You should make an RSVP on this so that they know how many people are coming. Phone number to call is 561-989-9945. That's 561-980-9945. And you can get on their web, which is Artis, ARTIS, seniorliving.com. They say creating positive partnerships the Artis way. And I just know what it's like in places like that. And I would just tell you that my grandson, who's in his 30s, he's a school teacher, he has a grandmother who is like 99, and they live up near the Detroit area. He goes to visits her every day. And that's the big thing he says. I said, well, how's your grandmother? And he said, she's doing fine. She's happy. They take really good care of her. And he goes there just to make sure that's true. But he's very complimentary about that because it must be also a place like yours up there.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. That's one of the most important things. They're happy and they're well cared for.
That's right. That's what it is for him because he did have her at home for a long time with AIDS. And then he said it was just too much. He couldn't handle it anymore. He wasn't sure what they were doing when he wasn't there. That's why he went to an official memory care center.
Yeah, and it's not the first decision. You know, they always try everything first. Let's try the aid at home. Let's try this. I'm going to do this. You know, it's always a last resort, which I completely understand, as I would as well. But at the same time, they need to know that, you know, we're here. You know, we're here to help you. We're here to be your support team as well. I mean, I'm here for my spouses, the adult children, as much as I am for the residents. We are all like that.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're doing so well, and I guess you'll have a waiting list soon. And soon,
hopefully in about a month and a half, hopefully we'll be full.
You've done such a great job, Sheryl. Well, it speaks for itself. So thank you so much, and I'll see you. If not before, I'll see you on June the 14th.
You got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheryl.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.